welcome back to another episode of Tempelorus Talks. We're a few weeks further and a couple of festivals under the belt, and a lot to discuss. I'm still a little bit sleepy. Everything, because I came home about 10 hours ago. So, yeah. But with a little bit of coffee/tea, we're doing very well. So, in case you feel like supporting us, you can still buy us coffee. Hint, hint.
Yes, because I run out of coffee and I have tea.
I'm not even having tea. I have energy drink.
Ooh.
Yeah, my body.
I came downstairs this morning to make a nice cup of coffee, and then I noticed I finished the coffee beans yesterday, so I need to go to the store.
Yeah.
But I'm drinking Finnish tea.
Always nice.
So,
Yeah. My body said, okay, you've been sweating so much yesterday, you might need some electrolytes. So it was pretty hot. In any case, I've been to Stonehenge, but maybe first talk a little bit about the festival that you went to see, because we hyped it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Last time.
Yeah, because I already forgot about it.
Yeah.
It's good you reminded me. So in my city, there is this festival spread out over the old harbor and the old city center. So the backdrop is a nice old city, Dutch city. And I think the festival was a long time ago was more like a jazz festival. Then it was Aero Classic Rock Festival, I think. And now for over 10 years, I think it's Big Rivers. And a little bit of the feelings of the jazz festival and the rock festival is still there. But now there's like absolutely almost everything. Which makes it, I think, a very nice festival. It's, different kind of stages throughout the city. But it's also nothing, no huge bands. Just the bigger bands are usually sort of cover bands or DJs on the main stage. But it's really nice. So this Saturday... and you asked me what I've seen, but I forgot, of course. So I think I started with a band that was a Depeche Mode band.
Ooh, nice.
Tribute. It was kind of nice. I think it was a good start of the day for me. But the thing is, if it's in the old city center, I have to run from one stage through the other side of the city, so it's a big walk.
Getting your steps in.
So I didn't see a lot. God, I had blisters. Oh my God, I never ever had so many blisters. I'm gonna make the list because this timeline is not working on the computer. So I also saw Alanis Morissette tribute. That was not the best. I think the female vocalist was a little bit off. Ooh. I don't know. But a lot of people in the audience seem to very much enjoy those songs and sing along. So then we had Depeche Mode. Then it was Piece of Maiden. Well, you can guess what kind of band that was. But I missed it because I was at the other stages. There was also a Volbeat tribute. That was kind of nice. There was a Within Temptation cover band. It was okay.
All those
and the last
kind of bands I never knew that had cover bands.
Well, I didn't know either, but apparently they do. And then there was the ending of this. I think there was like sort of there are like two bigger stages. There was Magoria. It's a rock opera,
That's all nice.
and
That's
I
nice.
thought,
Yeah.
with the it was really nice, and I was the audience was still there after the all the all the cover bands. The audience stayed, and it was really crowded. And the story was great from the rock opera. Different kind of vocalists, female, male. Of course, tragic things were happening in the opera, but it was really good. Didn't see it all because I had to go to the other side of the city. There was also a tiny stage at the Old Harbor Docks. What I liked there was an old, well, probably in the 90s there was a lot. There were on TV 2 meter sessie with Jan Douwe Kroeske, if I say correct, or was it Jan Douwe? I think so. And they had Anneke van Giersbergen. And she was actually kind of chatty and nice. She sang a couple of songs from her own work, so not, I think maybe 1 or 2 from The Gathering. But she did just a couple of songs, just her and a guitar.
Yeah.
And it was really lovely, and the interview was kind of fun too. So they were really nice. Sometimes an interviewer, there needs to be some sort of nice chemistry between the people, and it was there.
Yeah.
And it was nice with the audience too. So that was nice to see, and I think that will be broadcasted because it was recorded, of course. So 2 meter sessies is something old and Dutch. There was a other stage, didn't went there. Saw Unstable Rosie. I don't know about the band. They're Dutch, that's what I know. They were fun to watch. I think if I see this kind of band, I would think they would be studying art or, something, music. Quite theatrical, quite
Okay.
kind of fun. So I enjoyed photographing them. They looked, they were dressed up, so that's always nice. Then there was there also in the DAS Café, the Dordrecht Jazz Café. There were like tiny performers, but it was so crowded all the time and dark that I didn't went in there.
Yeah.
Because once in,
Yeah.
try to get out.
Exactly. That's always a thing, huh?
But as I said, there was a lot of different genres and stuff. There was also, I think there was all like Dutch vocalists with, the Dutch terrible.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to call it. The Dutch singers, het volkslied, the folks.
Yeah. The typical Achterhoek kind of stuff.
Yeah, so there were a whole stage of those people. I think it was some sort of context because there was also a finale. And then there was the... let's see. There was, in the middle of the day at 4 o'clock, there was a whole orchestra. I think I told you about this one. That I had to photograph them.
Yeah, you were talking about that, yes.
I still need to edit. Yeah, so in het Hof, where the Dutch people signed the constitution, there's a whole big inside place, and there was a whole orchestra, classical music, very nice. They played over an hour.
Wow.
That was fun. I tried to watch a band that I thought that was kind of promising, but I kind of missed it. So I saw some other tiny bands, people together playing fun, some jazz on the stages. And I think that was the Saturday, and then we go to scroll back to the Sunday. It's good you have these reminders of timetables. So, the Sunday I started at the Grote Kerk near the big church. There was this sort of musical sing-along. There was a whole orchestra on the stage and a female and a male vocalist singing all these musical songs, from The Lion King to The Little Mermaid. You know, if you know Disney, you know them. And there were a lot of old people sitting, enjoying this show. It was kind of fun to watch. And then there was a Supertramp tribute band, a Herman Brood tribute band, Boudewijn de Groot tribute band, and I'll leave this one for the last because that was the closing. There was a Creedence revival band. The Tawny Brothers, I saw them. They played all these kind of rockabilly-like sing-along songs.
Okay.
So Johnny Cash. That was kind of nice. The audience was singing along as well. So that's always fun. Oh, and then I saw something interesting that was on the Dolderman stage. All these stages have sponsor names because it's a free festival in the city of Dordrecht. So if you buy necklaces like they do in
other festivals, sort of VIP things, or
in America. No, in America with the colored necklaces.
Oh, the beads, you mean?
Louisiana,
I know what you mean. That they are handing them out to the ladies. Mardi Gras,
Yes.
Is that it?
Mardi Gras. Yeah. Mardi Gras. So, Dordrecht, years ago, I don't know if it was a joke or something, but people had these beads, necklaces, and then this became something for this festival as well. So everybody in the city walks with these beads around their neck in the colors of the festival. That is green, yellow, and purple. So you can buy these, and then with buying these necklaces, you support the festival. So next year, all these bands can play, or other bands, of course. And you can make donations, because it's a really free festival. So there was this little starting band, the Bird Experience. I think this is gonna be a promising band. I think this is the band that was maybe most in our genre, or at least in mine. They played some sort of like psychedelic blues rock with a mouth harp. They played Roadburn Festival.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Earlier before.
Nice.
And they just released their EP or their album, and they're gonna play it Into the Void later this year. Yeah, I like this band. Maybe the best of the whole festival. Then some jazzy and bluesy things. Was there more? A lot more. Oh, there was another orchestra that was called the Dance Orchestra. They played all these not the fireplace sing-along songs, but maybe more like the gathering dance. You know, when you have a party, there's these typical songs that everybody dance to. They played those kind of songs. That was kind of fun, and there were actually people dancing from the audience, so that was kind of that was fun. I think that was kind of it. Oh, there were also, I said there was everything, so there were also choirs, old lady choirs singing. But I saw that one of the bands, one of the choirs, I think they're from Dordrecht and around. They're called Sing Rocks. And they actually played at Zwarte Cross as well, I
but
saw.
Zwarte Cross books like all crazy shit, you know? I mean, have we seen the video about Joke again, Orgel Joke? Holy man, there's bands that like draw less of a crowd than Orgel Joke. Come on. That lady is in her, like, old and plays on a keyboard, and there's an entire field of people going crazy for it. That's Zwarte Cross for you, you know?
The Dutch can be a little bit weird, you know. But I kept one band to the end because that was the final band playing. That was Alice Springs. They're a kind of party Irish music party band. So all the famous like Irish pop songs. And they brought a lot of power to everybody in the audience. And it was fun because I saw these like two elderly people, one even with a rollator, with a walking thing on wheels. In the front of the audience, like second row, and they were like having the best time of their life. And then at some point the audience need to sit down, and you know they couldn't, so they stayed up, and then everybody started jumping around, and they were sort of jumping too, and it was so damn cute to see. And then I was editing my photos, and I saw one of these guys, I saw him like every band almost where I was. He was standing like front row, like, yeah. I think he must have been, I don't know, 70, 80.
Awesome.
Somewhere really. Oh,
that's us when we're old, you know. This is us when we're old. Come on.
I know, but it's so much fun to see people enjoying, and what I like about this festival, it's in the old city center, so it has a beautiful backdrop, and just there's so many different kind of music styles. The audience is just everybody, and when it's nice weather, everybody is having fun. There's people from the organization driving around with a truck with a water hose.
Oh, yeah.
It's just one big party. And maybe the whole Mardi Gras feeling is a little bit at this festival, you know. It's you come together to have a good time. Young, olds, orchestra people. So you have like on the Sunday or the Saturday at 4:00, there's like people, they walk around in the city. They're like these classical people dressed nicely, and then they wander through the city, maybe check one or two other bands, and then go home. And then it's so much just fun. So that is my festival. Not really metal, although there's like these cover bands from Supertramp, and all these sing-along songs, and there was of course Within Temptation cover band, and the Iron Maiden cover band, and Volbeat. So a little bit.
Be careful with calling Volbeat metal-ish.
I didn't say that.
Just for the record, so everybody listens. Otherwise, we're gonna have all these hate comments coming up.
Well, at least we will be having comments.
People. Nah, we have some.
Yeah, a few. We have a few always, but we can have a little bit more.
Yeah, but
hate love is also love, you know.
Well, I must say, I did get to talk with one of us listeners yesterday, and that's Rogier. Thank you for listening.
Oh, God.
Hello, Rogier. Shout out to you. It's nice to have someone come up to you and talk about the podcast, at least. So, I
heard.
I need the opinion of the rest of our listeners, because obviously we cannot just fare after one person's words. So really, in this case, might help people to give them something to talk about in the comments. Because Rogier said to me that the thing he liked most about our podcast is when I educate Elvira about black metal. So that would actually mean that we listen to more black metal albums and that we're going to review those in the podcasts. And we all know that is not per se the most listened to genre for Elvira. So, I don't know. Can you guys all let us know if we need more of that, or that you say, nah, the doses we are having now is perfectly fine? Or maybe if you want to have one other genre stand out more, you can also drop it to us. In any case, nice to meet you here. I had a great time at Stonehenge. I hope you had too.
Rogier.
Yes, Rogier. Because Stonehenge was where I went.
So, but you can educate me, but we don't always have to listen to new albums. You can also just educate me with something in the black metal or some, reference or...
Yeah, sure. But I'm not like a black metal specialist or something. I just listen to it way more than you do. That's the difference.
So for me, you're a specialist.
I'm not. Yeah, no. I'm far from. I'm far from a specialist on black metal. Let's say it like that, because I stay far away from all these creepy genres in the black metal, where those who get shunned and get people protesting against. I prefer to stay away from those.
Yes.
And we all know what I'm talking about, right? All right, let's look a little bit at Stonehenge. Well, I must say I saw 24 bands yesterday in Stonehenge. Yep, I went there very early, so I might not get into the greatest detail for every band, because, that would keep us going with this podcast for way longer than you keep your attention to it, so...
Yeah, and I just counted. There are 24 bands on the bill. So you saw each and every band.
Yes, I did.
Applaud.
Yeah, usually I'm coming a little bit later to Stonehenge, because all the bands play relatively short sets. Also, headliners play a bit shorter than at most festivals they do. Of course, that also has to do that Stonehenge is not a large festival. It's a festival for people who really like the death metal and associated genres. And I think, what would the capacity be? I don't know, 2,500, maybe 3,000 people. So obviously the budgets are limited. And I think for this kind of festival, every single year they draw big names for the festival bill. So I think that's really nice. But that does usually mean that the bands play a little bit shorter than they would do at another festival, maybe. But I must say, a couple years ago, the first couple bands would play like 10 or 15 minutes. And that's why I didn't come. Because I'm not gonna give an opinion about a band that played 10 minutes. Like, what? Seriously? That's a no for me. I mean... Yeah, I think those bands were often bands of volunteers that were volunteering at the festival, so they get a chance to play and have their their name on the bill with the bigger names and such. But now they changed that, because a lot of people were commenting that they thought the sets were too short, and the first bands play for 25 minutes, which is acceptable, I guess, for a starter. And we started the festival off with Novelization. And of course I had to go, because I had to miss them, unfortunately, at Into the Grave because of school. And I've been hyping everybody up to go and see Novelization. So I thought it was only fair that I got up early and went to see them. So yes. I did. Which was good. I mean, a lot of people can come early for this festival. Like, you would expect that when the doors open a little bit before 10, that, yeah, it might be quiet. But yeah, quite a bunch of people were there. So Novelization was having a decent crowd in front of the stage. They did very well. I think in advance they had announced that they would like sort of release a single there, but they didn't draw too much attention to the single itself for some reason. I don't know. Yeah, it was a nice start. I'll skip a couple of the bands also because the time, but also yeah, I will write more about that on the website probably. And then you can also see some pictures so you know what we're talking about. I saw Bloyd, Brain Casket, Dead Speak, and then Ceremony. I liked Ceremony very much. It was going very well. Yeah. Why did they stand out for me? I don't know. It was something that just clicked there. That sometimes happens, and yeah, it worked. A lot of bands today had issues with the sound. I must say that, and yeah, some of them made themselves known with that. If you pay a little bit attention, you saw, for example, some of the later bands on the bill, like God Dethroned, kind of kicking off a little bit against the sound guys who couldn't fix it after many hours, still not. And yeah, they had some sort of echo, I think, going on that they were bothered with the audience. That was a little less of a problem, I think. I mean, you could obviously notice, but it's not as bad as the feedback that we were getting over the speakers. Yeah,
okay. I hate feedback.
That was really not nice, especially not if you're sitting right in front of a speaker monitor to wait for your turn. So yeah, that. But in the early bands, it was all still doable, I guess. I think the first, 10 bands were mainly from the Netherlands. Yeah, Ceremony stood out to me. We had... Oh yeah, I think the first band from abroad, if I remember correctly, was Husqvarna. And I was thinking, oh, isn't that Swedish or something? But no. These guys are from Italy, I think, if I remember correctly. Oh. And they make this old school death sound, very much in your face. I liked that they were really having that let's go attitude in there, you know. They were really, I don't know, bringing some new energy to the festival. I like that. After that, we came to a couple bands. Putrid Awful, Rectal Smegma, of course, kind of had the audience going because, I don't know, they've been there several times in Stonehenge, so I'm not even surprised to see people kick off with that. But looking really, after that, what was really, like, came in with a certain... I don't know, quality is not the right word, but brought something into the audience that was like thinking like, yes, the party is really starting now. Those were bands like Sphere Torture and Party Cannon. Yeah, the name is what it says. But Party Cannon is a Scottish band. And oh my goodness, I could just laugh my ass off because of that accent, you know, or accent. I don't know. Do you call Scottish an accent or is it a different language? I don't even know. In any case, it was funny. The guys were making fun during the show as well. what I liked about it, and it didn't go overboard, there was also the music. Sometimes you have more entertainment than actual music to back it up with. But Party Cannon did a very nice job in having a good balance in there. Like, you could really have fun, do a bit of a silly mosh pit or something, but still also enjoy that the death metal that they bring is there and it has something to it, right? Yeah. Reminded me somewhat to Insanity Alert, not because of the show mainly.
Yeah.
But not completely. Yeah. Okay, I already mentioned before God Dethroned. They played there. And gosh, they were angry at the song, guys. They had a lot of frustration in them. But they didn't really speak that out to the crowds. Because I was in the front, obviously I could literally hear them swearing. And you could see it on their faces, obviously. But then the guy walks back, grabs the mic, and starts playing the songs all together. And yeah, it seems fun. They were joking that our ex-podcast guest, Jeroen, has become a grandfather. So
yes, I saw
yeah,
that.
they asked him how he did that. The answer was pretty short. So, yeah.
But he is not that old. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. It was fun to see the God Dethroned. I haven't seen them live for quite a while, I realized. I was looking at them and I was thinking, I can't even remember the last time I saw a full show of God Dethroned.
no.
That's odd. So
Nice.
It was nice to have them there, even though the sound sucked. But it wasn't on them. It was the whole day. So that is what it is. Another band that scored very well was Messiah. A bit of an oldies guys, I guess. They were, I think, from the 80s or something. If I remembered the introduction. From Switzerland. And very active in very extreme kind of feel to it. I think they kind of broke up for many years, like most of these 80s bands that nowadays still play.
Back together.
Back together after a 20-year break or even longer. But these guys have released a little bit more than that, so give them that. I think they were actually on a tour to celebrate, 30-something years or 40-something years, whatever, of being in existence. But like I said, how much does that mean if you had a long break in there, to be honest? In any case, they were a band that really caught my attention when I was shooting them. And very nice. After that, we had Massacre. And do not confuse it with Massacre, because that's not the same band. It's one S. I think they were from South America or something. And also been around for quite some time. So it was nice to have them around, but I don't know. There was something on them that felt a bit like, I don't know. It feels like I couldn't really connect to that very well. There was a part of the audience which was really going for it, but there was also another part of the audience which was really a bit like, I don't know. So, yeah. Like, it really felt like the audience was kind of split in these performances. Yeah, and then another crowd favorite at Stonehenge is Benighted. I mean, I think I've seen them before on Stonehenge a couple times, I think. And they were definitely a band that a lot of people were specifically coming for. You saw people wearing the t-shirts and, you know, going crazy for it. They're very technical band, I think. You could really go crazy for it, but you could also just spend a good time listening to it and finding all the details in their sound. And that's interesting, because if you're like in that festival, you kind of want to have all the energy in going into a mosh pit or something, but at the same time there's so much to hear that you're just like, I want to just see the skills and everything, you know. But yeah, they really got the crowd going, I must say that. It was maybe one of the wildest mosh pits I've seen. So I think they were definitely drawing a lot of attention here. Maybe one of my personal favorites was Cryptopsy. They are kind of always doing a good job. And yeah, what can I say about Cryptopsy that we haven't said before? I mean, I think you saw them also sometimes, right? Like they're just the delivering, you know. It's one of those bands that always is coming around doing their job, and just, you know, there's not really a lot of bad things to say. And I can't remember that I ever seen a bad Cryptopsy show. So I was kind of looking forward to this one. And yeah, it was a really nice set. They did not disappoint. Obviously, same as like every other bands, they had their sound issues. But if you filter that out and focus on the things that were good, then it was a really good show. So I can't blame it on them. Carnivore AD, also a band that we've seen several times before in Stonehenge. Yeah, when they are around, it's always fun. I think originally this band was formed by Peter Steele, which is, for many people who don't know, Type O Negative frontman. Yeah. Now they have a bit of a different sound in there, but definitely interesting. They're maybe a slight bit slower as what we heard in a couple bands before, but certainly leaving their mark, I would say. It's good to have them. I think also this band actually have been sort of reformed, but yeah. Good to have them at the festival. They were nice. The next issue was a band like where I really looked forward to go and see them. But yeah, I knew already on forehand it was going to be a problem, because this is not a metal band. And Stonehenge has history of booking a bit more industrial bands to the festival. Although usually they do it as the last band, so people who don't like it can just leave. But this was...
Go home.
Not that at all. They played a bit after dinner time, and it's Frontline Assembly. Yeah. I like them too. It's electro. It's a bit... I would say old punk even, a little bit of influence in there. And... Yeah, they couldn't get their... Yeah, they couldn't get it going off. They couldn't start for a very long time. Like, sound guys couldn't get connection, I think, with anything. So we've been waiting for like 20 minutes of their 40...
And they had like 5 minutes to play.
And it was fun because their presenter, Eric, he was there, like, also in the beginning not having a microphone to talk to people, and he was like, okay, trying to come up with all random shit to keep people entertained for those times. Like, he was like talking a little bit, and then he started doing some jokes and everything, and basically started anything to keep people sort of at it. But yeah, try doing that for 20 minutes by improvising, and that was like, yeah.
Wow.
Eventually, the band started playing, but yeah, they were not having their energy in it at all. And one of them was kind of going at it. He's climbing onto the table and everything. Yeah, the usual stuff. But like, it was a bit of a soulless performance, I must say. I mean, I enjoyed it, even though it was a bit naked. Obviously, not everything that's supposed to be there was there. I was also at some point, like after 2 or 3 minutes of this band playing, the only photographer in the photo pit. Many others didn't even bother to show up at all anyway, because a lot of metal magazines don't really write about industrial. So they skipped it already. But the few that showed up, they were like, after 2 or 3 minutes, they were like, yep, I'm out. I had a good time. I danced a little bit. But it was not exactly a typical performance of frontline assembly that I would usually see. So, yeah. That's a pity. I really felt sad about that, because I was really looking forward to see them, even though I already knew that a lot of people on this festival wouldn't like them. So, yeah. It is what it is. Asphyx, yeah. Dutch band. What can we say? Always deliver, always steady shows. I mean, no surprises there. I watched it a little bit from a distance, because I also wanted to just take a little bit of a breather and just sit it out. And yeah, nice. Immolation. Well, I've seen Immolation so many times through the years. Also, not a band that surprises me very much anymore. They play usually quite good shows, but yeah, for me personally, I'm like, yeah, this is not a band that I am playing when I want to hear some death metal. The audience was kind of appreciative of them. That was nice to see. They were definitely getting some response there. But yeah, I cannot say any different, but Rotting Christ was a band that really drew the audience.
Yes, of course.
I must give them that. I noticed there were several handfuls of people that were not from the Netherlands, but traveled here specifically for Rotting Christ. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't even know how they got their tickets, because tickets sell out in like 1 or 2 days or 1 week or something. So remarkable that they got that done. They must have been really at it. But yeah, you could definitely notice that. And Rotting Christ. I had a really amazing time. I watched the whole set from Photopit, basically. Nice. I mean, after my pictures, I was standing on the side and decided to watch it from there, which was really nice. So yeah, I really had a great time. Also, I had a little chat with the frontman later on, because I had some question for him. Not an interview, people, just that, but something else I wanted to talk to him about, and I had arranged that. Just saying he was just the kindest person, and you guys will find out a little bit later this year what this was all about. So I like to bring a little bit of a secret to here, a little bit of a teaser. But yeah, Rotting Christ, that's one of those bands with people that really want to go for the scene, and they have said several times like, oh my gosh guys, thank you for showing up and showing your local festival some support, showing support to your local bands, and they had a great time playing there. They didn't, for them it doesn't seem to matter that it was a bit of a smaller festival than that they might usually play to. So I really like that. I also heard a lot of other people say that Rotting Christ was the headline of their show. Like, also when I leave the festival, I walk to the parking lot and come by the railway station, so you walk in a whole train of people, and everybody was like, oh yeah, my headliner, my best band was Rotting Christ. And then there's guys, yeah, if you like that kind of music, it was definitely the best band. Because some guys are too metal to too true to admit that they really enjoyed seeing it, I guess. Yeah, but hey, excellent show. Carcass was also there for the I don't know how many times. Gosh, they've been so many times in Stonehenge by now. It feels like they're the house band by now. Yeah, of course I had fun with Carcass. I always do. It's just not a band that surprises you anymore. If you think of a Carcass show, this is exactly what you're going to get. You know every movement these guys do, because they're not too creative in their performance, so to say. Their backdrop has been the same for decades by now, I think. For example. And that made me think a little bit back about the story about Carcass had their backdrop stolen many years ago in the Stonehenge show. Like many years ago. Yeah. And I was just thinking, because there were now, the Stonehenge kind of changed the layout to the festival. By now they have 2 stages next to each other. And in the beginning, they thought it was a good idea that for the stage that was used for sound checking, like when the other stage was doing the performance, that they would put a huge backdrop in front of it so people couldn't see what's going on the stage. And they used the Abrupt Demise backdrop, which is one of the organization had members in that band. So yeah, so that backdrop was super annoying for photographers, because they have to drop it and then they first have to take it off, take it to the other stage, and then that bar that is still down and it's blocking everything, and then we are not waiting for that, and whole drama about that. Photographers' frustration. And at some point they decided to not even bother anymore by putting them up, because it just didn't. It was a nice idea, but it didn't work out. Sometimes you have that, right? If you do something new, then sometimes you just try something and then it turns out that it didn't work. But I was just thinking, how funny would it be if for Carcass that stolen backdrop would show up in front of them?
Sure.
Like... Yeah.
Hey, here it is.
Long lost. And I think if they would come onto the stage, they would be like, huh? What the fuck? Because that's, I think, at least 10 or 15 years ago already. So, I don't know. But that just some random thought that crossed my mind when I was seeing these backdrops, and I realized that Carcass was playing later on. And I was like, haha. How funny would it be? Well... It didn't happen. They had their own backdrop along, so that was in use. Then the last band was Grave. Now the Swedish Grave I've also seen several times. I think maybe once or twice at Stonehenge. Several times at other festivals at least. They played a little bit later, because also Carcass just started, I think, 15 to 20 minutes later because of their sound issues. However, Carcass is not the band that decides after X amount of time, oh, my original time slot is ending, maybe I should stop. Carcass is a band that says, we were booked to play 45 minutes, so we play 45 minutes.
Play! 5 minutes.
Yep. And so Grave start also a bit later. And apparently they also had that attitude, like, we just keep playing. Which now caused a couple of angry Karens on the Stonehenge page complaining about that they were ending 10 to 15 minutes later than originally planned. Cry, cry. So, yeah, that's always the drama, huh? But, yeah, I noticed the same Karens also decided to go and spend their time in their day to Google to the Stonehenge Facebook page and go find the post that they made about bands that played and start commenting about the noise and yeah, of course they commented it on, what was it, a photo of a video or something from Rectal Smegma about how noisy it is and blah blah blah, and I was like, oh gosh, people are so bored that they take the time and the effort to go to the Facebook page and write these kind of comments on there. Like, wow. Yep, it is what it is. Oh well, I think that overall it was a really nice edition. Also, I must give them that in that, 20 minutes that we were waiting for Frontline Assembly, even Eric took the time to stand there on the stage with his mic and ask the photographers to show themselves to the audience and have the audience applaud for us for bringing them the pictures afterwards and everything, which was so nice. I love a little bit of appreciation. So that was really cool. Yeah, I love that. So that was really nice. He did call us lazy because all of us were sitting down in the photo pit, because why stand for 20 minutes if nothing is going on? So yeah, that. But we had fun, and anyway, we're always joking with each other, so that's okay. Great edition. I had lots of fun in Stonehenge this year, and yeah. If you still want your ticket, you might be too late, because I think this morning already 80% of all tickets is sold out. I mean, the early birds were sold out in 10 minutes. And yeah, I think this morning I saw that already 80% is sold. So probably you're already too late, but otherwise get your ticket for next year. Because there's already a couple bands announced and you might want to miss it, because I've already seen a little bit of other things and other bands that might end up in Stonehenge and you just really want to be there. So if it's not sold out yet, make sure you get it, and otherwise
buy a ticket.
And otherwise wait, because usually somewhere during the year a couple more tickets somehow mystically can get sold sometimes. So that.
Yeah.
Gosh, now I've been talking a lot, and I did send you an album though. Did we actually listen to that? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes. I listened to it. Yes.
Good. Because it's not death metal, so I think it might be a nice change for people to hear about. So let's look into it. It's an album of an artist that has become quite popular through the years. Always, I hear a lot of people talk about it, even though it's not specifically metal. But I still wanted to see if we can talk about it, because, I don't know, so many metal people like this lady. And we're talking about Chelsea Wolfe. Yes. With the album The Dark, which will be out in somewhere in August. So I wonder.
21.
Yeah. What did you think of it?
I like this album, but I like this kind of music anyway. So, but I think it's funny because the album is coming out the 21st of August, but there are already 2 songs online.
Yeah.
I saw.
Some singles are out, yes.
Yes. So for the curious people, after hearing us talk about it, you can already start listening these 2 songs. Yeah. And I think you get a little bit of a grasp what the album is about. So I'm not really... I do listen to Chelsea Wolfe from time to time. I like her songs. She's a little bit witchy, like singer-songwriter, a little bit... I don't know.
Folk-ish.
What kind of... Yeah. So, but I don't know her well enough to compare this album to her previous work. Um, just that I like a couple of her older songs and some um collaborations she did in the past. Um, but I like this album. The funniest thing I think I was. It's not necessarily about the music, but the first song, it starts with her singing, just her
Yeah.
alone. There is no music yet. It's just her
Yeah.
straight singing a sentence, and I find it kind of funny because somehow you get sucked in right away. There is no building up from a nice intro or something. It's just whoop, there we go. And I actually think it's a very nice song. It has a some of the song have quite a sing along. How do you call it? Feel to it. So easy. They well not like they're easy songs to sing along to, but they're I don't know. They're nicely built. You feel you want to sing along. And then there's I think what was the fifth song, and it's I saw it is exactly 3 minutes and 33 seconds. So I thought that should have been, she is witchy. That should have been the third song. Third song, 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Would have been fun to me, but I'm a little bit weird. So yeah. But like I said, I like the album. There's a lot of nice songs. I think the second song is a little bit different than the
Yeah.
rest. There's a nice flow in the song. It's a little bit dark. It's a little bit moody. It's definitely not an album that like a metal song you put on. It's more like you need to be in some sort of mood to appreciate this work, I think. But yeah, I quite like this album, and maybe it's even gonna be on, the end lists. This can only be 5 albums, so I don't know if it's gonna be in that category, but at least it's gonna go to the nice albums
The
part.
honorable mentions.
Yeah, well, you need to listen to albums throughout the year, and some albums you say, yeah, this might be a good one. Like it's nominated.
Yeah. It takes a bit to hear them. Well, she somewhat remind me to A. Williams as a
Yeah.
as a songwriter.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I like that there's a little bit more, I don't know, body to their songs compared to the last A. Williams album. Because at some point I thought that one was a bit boring. And here I keep listening, so that's really nice. It's not an album I will listen every day, because this is...
No, definitely not. That's what I said. You need to be in a certain mood to grasp it all.
Yeah, defo. I think overall it's a pretty nice release. I mean, I've not really been a big follower of Chelsea Wolfe myself. Also because I don't usually enjoy seeing this kind of music live. Because usually it's a bit like meh. I mean, I've seen, for example, A. Williams, I think 2 or 3 times, and it's too static. It's, I don't know.
Yeah.
You can do so much with it, like graphics and so much, but it's always a bit like meh for me. Chelsea Wolfe, I don't know how to describe otherwise. I mean, like, I like when you really make something out of it, and especially with this kind of music, you have so much options to do with your surroundings. It's a bit of a missed opportunity if you don't, I think, and that's why I say that. But for Chelsea Wolfe, I think also the music has a bit more to it, so therefore you have a little bit more to play with. I guess this album shows that a lot. I think maybe a little bit darker from what I've heard from her before. Uh, but still has a certain warmth to it, so I like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so The Dark is out in a couple weeks. Yeah, I recommend you to go and get it. I'm sure we'll see her on the road somewhere in the autumn. She probably announced something already, and otherwise it will be soon, I guess. So, yeah, keep your eyes open for that. Then we come to our ikigai, I guess. What made us happy in these past 2 weeks? Yeah.
The festival in my city with good weather.
Nice.
It was good, and it was just a nice atmosphere. The festival, it's cozy, it's fun.
Yeah, that's good one. I think for me, that I finally got my last grade from school, and that means that I don't have to do any retakes, which means I am officially done with my pre-master in all in one go. And yeah,
Well done, congratulations.
yes, thank you. So I was very, very happy with that. And I was a bit doubting because I was sitting in 30 something degrees in a gym hall trying to make my exam and spent more time trying not to faint than actually doing my exam. But still, it was good enough. So yes, let's go. That saves me the retake, I would say. And I'm happy with it because if in normal weather it wouldn't have been an issue anyway, so it would have been stupid. So yeah, that made me very happy, I guess, to be able to do that as an old lady compared to all the younger people in there. Yeah.
Oh.
All right. I did have some news collected somewhere, but I didn't put it on a list or something. So to remember, yeah, yesterday I saw that the vocalist of Sing of It All has passed away. Oh, that's a pity. It's
Yes.
someone we've seen around a lot in the festivals. So yeah, may he rest in peace, I would say.
Yeah, it was kind of nice. I had a lot of people like putting memories online, and what stood out to me is that it seems like he remembered
Yeah.
everyone. Like he's been in this, so many years, but still, he gave everyone the impression that they sort of mattered and that they were, I don't know, what.
Yeah, that they were important and part of his life also.
Important enough for him. But also if you were just a fan, I think he would make time to talk to you or be nice. So I think that stood out to me most with all these people sharing their memories. That was really nice. So I think it's really someone's going to be missed.
I wonder what the band is going to do, if they're going to continue eventually or are they not. I don't know. Guess we'll see. Did I have any other news?
I saw something for you.
I've had several things that I screenshotted, but I can't.
So I found that I saw there was like a lot of guitar changes and everything, but people have to find out themselves. This one quits, that one joins. But I found that Aaron Sainthorpe from My Dying Bride formed a new band Towards the Sinister, together with a couple of other people he worked together before, with a keyboardist and a violinist. and it's been said that it's gonna sound like the first 4 My Dying Bride albums. So expect something utterly dark, dreary, and miserably doomed.
I actually yesterday read that they will be performing some My Dying Bride songs.
Oh.
So, like, those were the songs
He
that they
can't
have
say
the
goodbye.
credits to, I guess, that they will play. But that's what I've seen. Yeah, now I remember. I've also seen that the singer of Korn got married.
Yes, I saw that too.
Some very nice pictures were shared on the socials, I guess. Many people have seen that already, but I liked the pictures, so I was like, oh, that's actually nice. Really, really looks cool. Of course, the usual. I broke up with this band, and I got kicked out, and blah blah blah.
Now joined this band.
It's hard to keep track, but the drama wasn't interesting enough to bring it up to the news, I would say. Otherwise, I would have remembered it.
No.
What else did I have? Not too much, I guess. Nope. I don't know. Well, I guess then we go to our playlist. No, I didn't write anything down, so I have to remember all that. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, there will be your typical ones, probably.
Yeah, I've listened to... What did I listen to in the car? I listened to... Gosh, my brain is really asleep. I listened to...
I listened to Swallow the Sun. Swallow the Sun. Insomnium, they have a new song out. Of course, All Them Witches. Chelsea Wolfe, of course. I had to listen to that. A little bit of In Flames, because they're playing a festival in a couple of weeks. Rivers of Nihil. Slow Mosa in the car. Of course, that was Graveyard. I mean, have to keep listening to the things you like. Elder. Oh, I also listened to Heilung. I need a little bit of different something. Silverchair. I think that was sort of it.
Yeah. Good. I've had a bunch of death bands that I listen to. Because, of course, Stonehenge. Like, Body Farm, At the Gates. Not that they were playing there, but just to get in the mood. Carcass I listened to in the car. Then I listened to a couple of industrial bands. I listened to Before the Dawn.
I listened to them too in the car. Yeah. Yes.
I listened to the new Besiege album. I listened to a couple things that I've reviewed recently. So, yeah, what was that? Oh, and a couple that I will review, which is, what were they called? Ethnoran, Everus, and Cambrian. And some rock and roll dude, what's his name? Jimmy Martin. Some overall thing. He even sent me a gadget, like a notebook. Amazing.
Ah. Cool.
So cute. That's everything you expect when you buy an album, right? To get a notepad with it. But for somebody who's writing reviews, it's quite nice to have a notepad on hand, I guess. So yeah, that. Anything else special? I don't know. I listened to a lot of 80s when I was painting the window trim on my balcony. Because I was doing that last Sunday in the morning. And I didn't want to wake people, so I just put my headphones on and listened to 80s while I was dancing while painting on my balcony. I hope nobody saw me from behind or something. So, yeah, that was that. But yeah, for the rest, I cannot remember. I promise I'll try to keep a better list for next week, next episode, so to say. Looking at the calendar, that might be a bit... We hope to make it on schedule, but we'll see. Because Elvira might be at the festival, I think, in the next 2 weeks or so. And otherwise... it will be a little bit later. But...
No, that will be the 8th or the 9th of August, and the festival is the weekend after.
No, okay, well, in any case, we'll see. Yeah, so that was it for now. And leave us a comment about black metal, if we need to. It's up to you guys. Let us know. And any like, subscribe, or a cup of coffee can be bought also to make us happy. And that leaves us with one last thing, and that is to say bye.
Bye!